Right now, NAFDAC is in Ogbo. They closed Ogbo for 1 full month now, not thinking about how those people who say in Ogbo are surviving in this 1 month. See, we have a government that is insensitive. Many years ago, I had the opportunity of meeting with Goodluck Jonathan one-on-one. And we asked him to fight corruption, to jail people. The man said to us, if I jail those people you want me to jail, I'm also affecting their families and those who depend on them. Then he said to us, at the end, we'll spend more money to fight for the corruption, and we will not get the money we are looking for. So what he has been able to do is to close all the avenues of carrying money away. If you steal money, invest it where? In Nigeria, and create jobs for Nigerians. I thought it was a reasonable thought. Because you are fighting corruption with corrupt men. They will take money from corrupt people and still leave them to go from the back. And you are creating enemies for yourself. Are you following what I'm saying here? So before we start fighting, we should put structures on ground. I thought that what NAFDAC would have done is to create labs where drugs are tested, because there are drugs in the markets of our nature that can never have NAFDAC number. Drugs like this high blood pressure drugs that are amlodipines manufactured in USA. How can US give you a NAFDAC number? Can you close an American company? You don't have that power. Do we have companies in Nigeria manufacturing? We only have few. So are we sensitive at all? No. So you prefer to go to Pakistan and import Pakistan Indian drugs where you can compromise and bring it back to Nigeria. They will give you a NAFDAC number. They'll break it in my name. No American company can manufacture drugs in your name. So you can have right to have the NAFDAC number. But we have vitamins that are high proteinous and high profile vitamins. In that market, they are carrying it away because it has no NAFDAC number. And I also see them selling them behind to some others. So you fight corruption with corruption. The other question is this: you closed Ogbo Ogwu. All our governors, even our own governor is talking, they're doing the right thing. What is the right thing they're doing? You have not kept, there's no law. People still have right to sell in the open market. Why not structure it in a way, give them license and monitor what they do? And plant your lab in that market. Plant your office in that market. And check what comes in and what goes out. It is a little bit reasonable than coming in to close a whole market. Well, you enter into people's shop in the night. Is it not stealing? And carry their drugs away in trailers and claim to burn them where you're not burning anything. That's wickedness that they do to Igbo people. Now, they do that in Kano. Let them go to Kano and close their own market. Let me see. They can't do that in Kano. They can't do that in Ibadan. They can't do that in Onitsha. And our governors are all dumb and deaf, closing their mouth and nobody says anything. That thing is not a good, it's not intention, it's not a good intention. It is malicious attempt on Igbo land. People want to shine from amongst us. And that market is the biggest drug market in Africa. Most of people, we can't have drugs again in the hospital because that's where we buy the original drugs that we use in the hospital. The original drugs are there. I want to even tell you something. Ogbo Ogwu itself has a mechanism that checks bad drugs in the market. You don't bring bad drug inside Ogbo Ogwu. Those who sell it have their warehouses and NAFDAC knows them. Those who sell those bad drugs, they have their way. Sometimes they go to NAFDAC and take numbers of drugs, pay money, and take NAFDAC number of drugs that are not yet in Nigeria. That's not been tested yet. Are you following what I'm saying? They now go to India and manufacture low quality product and bring them because they have NAFDAC number. People are drinking, people are taking the drugs and then having more problems. There should be people should sit down and think and give this a lasting solution. This is not every day you come and then. I know some young men when Rakunyere did this. I know some young men. One young man was importing hyoscine from USA. Original hyoscine. I won't mention his name. They rendered him. I saw him the other day now doing brigade. Rendered him impotent. A young man doing well. Today he's still poor up to now. I know some who lost their life in those days when they say NAFDAC was cleaning Ogbo Ogwu. If you want to close Ogbo Ogwu, close it once and for all. And close all drug markets in Nigeria. But also bear in mind, Nigeria has no structure of pharmaceutical dispersion of drugs. We have few pharmacists in Nigeria who have money to import drugs. Are you following what I'm saying? So you need to plan. You have to do things that are rational and reasonable. So I think NAFDAC should rethink what they're doing. It is affecting us adversely than positively. Again, I see it as a malicious attack on the Igbo race, except the same thing is done in Kano, Kaduna, and other parts of Nigeria. If not, it's malicious activities. So Nigerians will check it. And the same applies to our governors who are dumb and deaf, who feel they want to protect their government, position. That's all. May God help Igbo people and help us all in the name of Jesus Christ. Now we are buying drugs from Lagos. Now we can't buy from Monte. It's closed down. Ibadan is open. The same activity, that the same reason why they don't have seaports in Igbo land. Same reason why they don't have any multinational company in Igbo land. Same reason why there is nothing working, no multinational company in Igbo land. The same theory is still repeating. The war has ended now. Let's end the war and move up at the same time. The war ended many years ago. Are we still fighting war? Why are you still putting us in this quagmire all the time? Let medicine be lifted. We have suffered enough. Nigerian conscience to be activated. This is no more right. The war ended long ago. And you said, no winner, no vanquish. Let it be so. Let the healing start. If you want to work in Ogbo Ogwu, walk, open the shop. Let the person you are taking his drugs be there and see what you are doing. Don't end up from a shop. Carry everything. Let them be there and see what you are. Is it not stealing? It is break and enter. That's what it is. At the end, you run up. People have been home for 1 month now. No fighting what? In this era, that Nigeria is so hard. So young people are more. So some of them will now become criminals. Some become kidnappers. What do they do next? You are creating more problem. Are you thinking of latent effect of what you are doing? Do you think the overall consequence of what you are doing? Please, NAFDAC, plant your lab. Also understand that England, Europe, and America cannot give you NAFDAC number for their drugs. And the original drugs that come from those parts of the world. Take it out and find a way of covering it in your program. Also, go to the market by yourself, plant your office, and take what comes in and what goes out. Or close the market once and for all. Close all the markets where they sell drug in Nigeria. Let's buy drugs only from pharmacies. And we know you have, leave this thing you're doing all the time to us. It is now too bad. Too bad. We're no more happy with it. Anyway, may God help Nigeria. May God help Igbo race. May God bring us back to our conscience and make our hearts come alive so we can think like human beings, not in this wicked form. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. God bless you.
Hello, how on a day? I can remember Peter Obi and Governor Soludo of Anambra almost had clash because of that particular closure of that market. Soludo was in support of the closure of that Ogbo Ogwu market. I think it wasn't only Ogbo Ogwu that was closed. They also closed the building material market, alleging that these people who are involved in illicit drug trade are also using the building material markets to hide some of these drugs. Now, I want to ask a question. Does it make sense for the whole market to be closed because of people who are actually selling fake drugs? Or people who are, let me not call them fake drugs, because the fact is that not all of these drugs are fake drugs. Some of them, their problem is just that they don't have NAFDAC number. And you heard what this priest is saying. Drugs imported from US, for example, UK, those people will not produce medicines for you in your name, just like China and Pakistan. No, they will not produce medicines in your name. You can't tell them, please, this is my NAFDAC approval number, please add my number. No, you just go and buy from them, deal with them. They are not interested in NAFDAC. They are not, they have gotten their country's accreditation. They have passed through the screenings in their country. So you can't force them, put NAFDAC number so that, for the drugs you buy from them, so that NAFDAC will allow you to sell it. So many of these drugs, especially from UK, US, you don't see people who are doing fake drugs or substandard drugs. Now, if such drugs come into Nigeria, they don't mostly get NAFDAC approval. So people who are importing it, you heard him talk about a man who has been doing well, selling a particular drug, but while Akonyele came, the man lost everything, not because he was selling a bad drug, no, but because NAFDAC cannot register that medicine. And you also heard what he said. For Nigerians going to Pakistan and China, they give you any quality you want. Now, some people even go there with the name and NAFDAC number already approved in Nigeria, according to him. NAFDAC number already given with the name of the medicine approved. They take it to those people they manufacture and bring in as if it was manufactured here. So there is compromises in all of this. They are making room for. It's just like using corruption to fight corruption. Now, the most medicines or drugs that get a pass are the substandard ones. They survive the NAFDAC screening and everything. It appears as if, based on what the priest is saying, allegedly, it appears as if some medicines are getting approval because approval is being bought. You understand? Now, the major medicines that works, you find them in countries like UK, maybe Canada. But how can they be approved here? NAFDAC is making it hard because Nigeria is yet to have the required number of good pharmaceutical companies working. We have only few of them. But there are better drugs out there that they are not manufacturing in Nigeria. You can only get their substandard from places like, Pakistan, China. Medicine that, they will even complicate the situation of the person who take the medicines. These are the kind of drugs that get approval here because an importer or somebody who owns the trademark will go there, get NAFDAC number there, here in Nigeria, go there. They allow the person to produce in that, based on that, the number and the name of the trademark, and comes here. And of course, NAFDAC has approved it. It's going to sell. So much problems. Now, are they supposed to close a market because of some other people? Even now, at that Ogbo Ogwu market, a lot of people are affected, including the ones at the building materials, part of the building material. They are affected. People who have no business is what is happening. They are doing their own businesses. And the Governor Soludo said, close it down. So this priest is suggesting another way to check these people. Closing down the market will not solve the problem. Unless you want to close the market entirely and there will be no more Ogbo Ogwu. And if you want to do that, you also do that in other parts of the country. You can't be targeting at Ndi Igbo only. No, you can't be targeting at Ndi Igbo. And if our governor is wise, Soludo, he should properly look into this. Okay, people who are at the building material market, some of them will not be selling. Some of them do not know about these fake drugs whatsoever. The drugs have not gotten approval. But they cannot still go to their shops because it has been sealed. Then even some of those people who are at the market selling medicines and drugs, some of them had all of their products approved by NAFDAC. Now they are facing the same heat for over 1 month. Remember, these are people who take care of other people. These are parents of children, fathers, mothers of. So this guy is suggesting to NAFDAC other approaches. They say even there is a facility in that market that allows NAFDAC, or the Ogbo Ogwu area, to check fake drugs. Or NAFDAC can also create theirs, make it easy. I'm wondering the queue for approval NAFDAC number. And does it really mean NAFDAC number makes a drug that has been approved good? Does it make drugs that have been approved good? According to what the priest said, people can get it through the back door. And it has been happening. Anything could be approved, while the authentic ones, because they are made in US, because they cannot accept to be, let's make it in my name so that I can import, put NAFDAC number. Did you get what the priest is saying? Nigeria does not have manufacturing power to serve Nigeria. And the good drugs are out there in the Western world. And those drugs coming from the Western world will not get approval. Not because they are not good, but because of the way NAFDAC goes about it. And mostly the ones that get approval are the ones that are substandard, gotten from some Asian countries. Some of these countries allow these dubious activities. Nigeria appears to be fighting a losing battle against corruption. People still infiltrate the system. Not just in this pharmaceutical, in various spheres. So there should be other means to regulate these people, to control these, there's other means to check them rather than closing a whole market. That doesn't solve the problem. Unless you have concluded that that market will not be there, and and according to what the priest said, that is one of the biggest markets. Government is creating chaos. What does it even take to queue at NAFDAC? I don't know how long. I know how Nigerian thing goes. What is needed is structure, not closure of the market. Structure. Structure to fight corruption. The proper regulations. Then also, a lot of things Nigeria does, just like when Soludo came in. When he first came in newly, he said newspaper vendors should not stand in the streets. They should not hawk newspapers, that they should have trays and those like it's done in Germany. I did a video, I was like, Soludo, is this Germany? Have you fixed this place? Has the government done their parts? This is not yet Germany. Do your part as the government. Please note, I am not in support of fake drugs or substandard drugs. I'm not trying to say, no, that they should be left to do their business. No. But I'm opposed to total closure, affecting other businesses, affecting people who are not involved in this kind of trade, affecting people who are selling authentic drugs. There should be other ways to check this. Nigeria is still dependent on foreign imports. We don't have enough local industries to manufacture these drugs. We don't yet have the facility that will serve, it has come to an extent that we can produce enough medicines that will serve the whole country. And medicines that will meet international standard, ensuring the right quality control. We don't have that yet. So there should be a way. NAFDAC can decide to set up facilities in the market to check those things, rather than closing the market. That is what the priest is saying. And the priest sees it as attack on the Igbo race. The solution isn't closing down the markets. It's about building sustainable structures, putting regulations in place and empowering the local businesses to thrive. Oh, close it. It's in Igbo land. And it's possible the NAFDAC boss could be from, the other side. Close it. These people are known for this. Close the whole market, including the building material market. Oh my God. No. Check it now. Or break into their shops just like that. No. Take drugs. And according to the priest, some of these drugs will not be even destroyed. They are still being looted by people working there. It's possible. Selling it, reselling it. The solution is know how to check them right there in the market. and not closing down the whole market. Thanks for watching. Please, viewers, share this video widely.